Hello, everybody. Well, guess what? This was the big weekend down in Palm Beach, Florida, where the Beckhams and Peltz wedding was taking place. So were Harry and Meghan invited to the $3.9 million Palm Beach wedding of Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz. I know. This is a over aerial view of the compound, and they have two huge lots, and they're right on the ocean front in Palm Beach, and you can see that there's structures that have been added for parts of the wedding to take place in. My copyright disclaimer. The proceedings started at 6 p.m. sharp Saturday night when Brooklyn, 23, was joined by his 27-year-old bride for their nuptials in one of the tents set up at the Peltz $103 million family estate in Palm Beach. The aspiring chef could be seen waiting on his own and a stage garland with flowers and plants for 15 minutes before actress Nicola arrived at the $4 million extravaganza. As exclusively predicted in the Daily Mail, the couple wed under a flower garland chuppah in traditional Jewish ceremony in honor of Nicola's Jewish heritage. Keeping with tradition, Brooklyn smashed a glass wrapped in a napkin under his heel after he and Nicola were married by a rabbi. He then gave Nicola a lingering 6-second kiss. Brooklyn is understood to have signed a prenuptial agreement with his heiress bride, Nicola. Nicola Peltz stuns in a Valentino bridal gown as she ties the knot with Brooklyn Beckham in the early evening Jewish ceremony at her parents' oceanfront estate in front of celebrity guests. And we're not going to be able to see a really clear picture because I imagine that's going to be out on the covers of magazines come tomorrow or the next day. It says the $494 million fortune of Brooklyn's parents is dwarfed by the estimated $1.6 billion wealth of Nicola's financier father, Nelson. New bride Nicola Peltz stunned in an incredible Valentino bridal gown as she posed for her wedding photos after marrying Brooklyn Beckham. Exclusive DailyMail.com pictures have revealed. And I'll just say now, if you don't mind liking or leaving a comment. These are the proud parents. This is David and Victoria Beckham arriving at the Peltz family compound in Palm Beach, Florida on Friday. And Friday was the evening of the rehearsal dinner, and with the wedding being on Saturday. This is Brooklyn. It was seen at the estate on Friday ahead of the wedding, looking happy and relaxed. This is Nicola. She's the daughter of billionaire businessman Nelson Peltz, who is 79, and his wife is model Claudia Hefner. Peltz has 3 children with his third and current wife, model Claudia. This is a picture of David Beckham's mother. His mother and father are divorced, but this is his mother, and she was arriving, and I believe this was on Friday. This is a picture of what the house looks like from the waterfront, and it's just people that were casually taking a boat ride and wondering what was going on. They saw all the things being put up, so it was just people in the neighborhood. This is another area view, and it is a very, very large property. It's 2 properties put together, and they're led to a courtyard lined with palm trees. And this is Nicola's wedding dress being driven over to the main house. This is father and daughter, former Spice Girl 47, gush that her family had an exciting weekend ahead as she shared a picture of Harper hugging her father, and this is their daughter. She was also in the wedding. Anticipation, the Beckhams have touched down in Miami and have been spending time on their luxury $5 million yacht ahead of the wedding. Must be nice, right? $5 million yacht. So the oceanfront estate owned by Nicola's parents, Nelson and Claudia, boasts 2 large properties with a lavish driveway. And this is a picture of Brooklyn, and Nicola says that he is understood to have signed that prenuptial agreement with his heiress bride-to-be, Nicola, and the $380 million fortune of Brooklyn's parents is dwarfed by the estimated $1.3 billion of her father. This is some of the people that are arriving with flowers and things before the wedding. This is David Beckham's father and his stepmother, and they had arrived at the wrong entrance, so their security was giving them a ride over to the entrance that they should go into. A-listers, Kim Kardashian's close pal, Jonathan Cheban, looked sophisticated in a black tuxedo while he added a touch of glitzy with a sparkling silver bow tie. And Jonathan lives in New York City, and he owns a PR firm with a partner, and they do, I guess you would say, celebrity PR and do events. This is a picture before the big day, has arrived for Brooklyn and Nicola after 3 years of dating. Smile guests excitedly took selfies as the big day finally got underway. Dressed to impress, guests were all dressed to the nines for the high-profile bash, making quite the entrance. Arriving in style, they arrived with a host of blacked-out limos as security guarded the cars and surrounded the area. Flooding in, Spice Girl Mel C and fashion designer Rachel Zoe were among the first arrivals at the star-studded nuptials. And this is just a timeline of when they started dating in April of 2017. And then they first went public with their relationship in November of 2019. They met at Coachella Music Festival and were introduced by a friend. Other things, let's see, January 2020, Nicola went Instagram official with a romance. The next month, they sat in front of Roe in coordinating outfits at the Saint Laurent show at Paris Fashion Week. March 2020, the pair move in with each other at Beckham's family home as the pandemic hits. July 2020, they then got engaged in July, so that was pretty quick. Well, they lived together, a few months. They got engaged in July 2020, just 8 months later, with Brooklyn proposing with a $325,000 emerald and diamond ring. I wonder where he got all of his money from if he's an aspiring chef. This is Eva Longoria, who is a Hollywood actress, and Serena Williams. And at first I thought that was her husband, but no, that doesn't look like Alexis Ohani. So I'm not sure who that is. This is Brittany Peltz. This is Nicola's sister. And on the day she's arriving Friday, she is very pregnant, but I thought her dress looks very, very low. It's like halfway down her boobs, but excuse me for saying that, but I just thought it was pretty daring, especially if you're someone very pregnant. Gordon Ramsay looks dapper while his glamorous daughter, Holly, 22, wows in a black thigh slit dress as they mingle with the stars at Brooklyn Beckham's and Nicola Peltz's wedding reception. There's his daughter, Holly. And this must be his wife, and I'm not sure, maybe her daughter. This was a throwback picture of David Beckham and Victoria. And they were dressed alike, and I think this is what they wore after the wedding was performed, and I'll tell you why. 22 years later, they're still matching outfits. And look at David Beckham's followers. 72.1 million followers. Isn't that incredible? My gosh, the amount of money he would get for just posting something. Proud parents David and Victoria arrive at Nicola's family estate as they prepare for the rehearsal dinner ahead of their son's star-studded wedding. And this again is the throwback to them. And they had a Robin Hood theme extravaganza in 1999 where they sat on crushed velvet thrones and ridiculous purple outfits. But I'll show you what they actually got hitched in. But I thought that was kind of cute for them to have that throwback. And this is their wedding outfits. Victoria's face looks really different there, doesn't it? I mean, it's fuller and she kind of looks like she's got a different nose. Still gorgeous. She said, wow, 20 years, look what we've created. Love you so much. Very nice. And something else I didn't realize that while David was rocking up in a $230,000 Bentley Azure wearing a cream suit designed by Timothy Everett, Victoria sported a Vera Wang dress as she rode in style in a Bentley Arnage. And Brooklyn, their baby who just got married a few hours ago, this is a picture of them on their wedding day. He was 3 months old. You would never have known that this woman had given birth 3 months before her wedding. Amazing. I just thought it'd be nice to add a few of these things in. And Posh and Bex opted for a Robin Hood themed wedding as they got hitched in Dublin's Lutherell's Town Castle. Forgive me for mispronunciation. Their picturesque Irish venue sat on 560 acres and dated back to the 18th century. This was in 1999. And this is David and Victoria's romance. They met at Manchester United Charity and charity match at David's request, and they started dating. And that was in 97. Then 98, they announced their engagement, and Victoria was showing off a huge diamond. 99, the couple welcomed their son Brooklyn, who acted as a ring bearer for their wedding when he was just 4 months old. July 4th, 1999, they tied the knot in a lavish 500,000 pound ceremony at this castle in Ireland, sitting on golden thrones. Soon after, they bought the famous Buckingham Palace in Hertfordshire, worth around $7.5 million. I wonder if they still own that. 2002, Victoria gave birth to the couple's second child. Romeo, Elton John, and Elizabeth Hurley are the godparents. Wow, and I think that I had read that for Brooklyn that Elton John and somebody else is the godparent as well. 2003, the family moved to Spain when David was transferred from Manchester United to Real Madrid. 2004, David's personal assistant, Rebecca Luce, claimed that she had had an affair with David for 4 months. We don't need to hear that. 2005, Cruz David was born. His name means cross in Spanish, and he was born in Madrid. The couple welcomed fourth child, Harper 7, and that's their only daughter, with David saying she is very feminine in every way. 2017, Victoria broke her silence on rumors that she and David had an ongoing rift, telling Grazia that she and her family have nothing to prove. She said, I am blessed to have a wonderful husband and beautiful, healthy, happy children. And this is the flower girls for Brooklyn and Nicola's wedding. And his little sister is one as well. And this is from the beach view at one of the venues that have been erected for the reception and wedding to take place. It's amazing. And David and Victoria arrive on Friday. And this is Friday night's rehearsal dinner, Eva and Serena. And this is Gordon Ramsay and his daughter Holly. On the groom side, it's just talking about some of the people that are coming, and it said that David's best friend, David Gardner, and Gordon and Tanya Ramsay and their 5 children. Victoria's sister Louise and her daughter Libby are already in Miami, as Victoria's parents, Tony and Jackie. David's parents, Sandra and Ted, will also be there, along with his sister Jo. Brooklyn's brothers, Romeo and Cruz, will be groomsmen. The bride's brother, Brandon, will be best man of honor. And Harper Beckham, 10, will be a bridesmaid. The bride's maternal grandmother, Bunny, will be as a maid of honor. And Madonna's son, Rocco Ritchie, a childhood friend of Brooklyn's, has been invited, and model Gigi Hadid, and childhood friend of Nicola, is also expected to attend. Other guests at the event will include David Grutman, the king of Miami nightlife. The Beckhams have been friends recently and have now a large apartment in Miami, bought after David founded the football team Inter Miami in 2018. Beckham's coach at Inter Miami is Phil Neville, and he and Phil and his brother Gary and families will be at the wedding. And this talks about Brooklyn and Nicola started dating in October 2019, and when they went public, and we kind of went over all of these things. It does say Nicola is the youngest of 8 siblings and one of 3 children by Claudia Hefner Peltz. And it says she was a tomboy who dreamed of playing hockey and living in until she took a drama class when she was 12. A little bit more about her. Her exes include pop star Justin Bieber, whom she dated briefly in 2016, Anwar Hadid, and if you've seen The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you would have known, Yolanda has 2 daughters that are supermodels, and then one son, Anwar, and I think he's doing modeling, and he's the brother of supermodels Gigi and Bella Hadid. They split amicably after a year, but she unfollowed him and the entire family on Instagram after he was pictured kissing model Kendall Jenner. Wow. So, we've seen that. This is the brand new brother-in-law, Cruz Beckham, 17, was seen drinking a Heineken as he walked to the dance tent with his brothers. Oh, I see a couple of them with some. I believe they all have one. Legal age is 21. They're only 17. This is Brooklyn's younger sister, Harper, 10, and then smiling for photographs with the other bridesmaids. How sweet. Celeb Spice Girl Mel C, fashion designer Rachel Zoe were among the first to arrive. And this is Saturday. And this is the day of the wedding, and this is Victoria and David arriving at the wedding. Kind of thought that these dresses kind of look a little bit like lingerie. I'm sure it's very, very beautiful in person and has beautiful lace on it, but just always feel like that's, intimate wear. This is one of the outdoor pictures, and she is indoor, of the beautiful Nicola. It's hard to get a good idea of exactly what her dress looks like, but it's gorgeous and looks to have long sleeves, and I know it has a beautiful train. But like I said, we're not going to see very many of these because I'm sure they're going to sell them to magazines and give exclusives. So it says Brooklyn and Nicola are having a double wedding to mark their separate faiths, and this is a 3-day wedding spectacular, and it says aspiring chef Brooklyn, who has said he will wear a skull cap or yarmulke-like, is also going to take Nicola's surname as his middle name. It says that they'll have 2 ceremonies making the separate faiths of Nicola's parents. One will be Catholic, a nod to Mom Claudia, and the other Jewish for her dad Nelson. How do you do both? Gordon Ramsay. This is the happy couple kissing again. the new Mr. and Mrs. Beckham. You can see the sun's starting to go down now, and it's really hard to see in those windows. But look at this, how gorgeous. Look at that dress and that lace train. That reminds me of Kate Middleton's, the way it was lace on lace. Oh, it's gorgeous. And there's her bridesmaids and her sister. Other people to give them a touch-up and make sure that they're good to go. But she was careful not to reveal her dress this time to anyone who might be looking from the beach side of the property by having a shield of white umbrellas cover her as she walked. All white, the heiress bride 27 was the epitome of elegance in her all-white long-sleeve dress, while clutching a bouquet of white flowers, red, the chupra in which the couple wed in a Jewish ceremony. This one's a little bit clear. Is stunning, just absolutely beautiful. This is the arch that they get married under. There she is with some of her bridesmaids. I wish we could had better pictures. And this is as she's lining up, and you can see her train is very long. But she seems very relaxed, not nervous at all. So I want to wish the happy couple, Brooklyn, and his lovely wife, best wishes for a long and happy marriage, good health, mazel tov to you, and I hope this is just the beginning of your life filled with happiness. So, now, I must say I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation, and we know who this is. And here you go, guys, the guest list for the Brooklyn Beckham wedding. We had Gordon Ramsay. These are the big name people. Eva Longoria, Phil Neville, his partner with the football team in Miami. Mel B from the Spice Girls. David Gardner, don't know who he is. Tom Brady, the NFL football quarterback that went to the Super Bowl just unbelievable amount of times. And then he married supermodel Giselle Bonchon. And they've been married for quite a few years now. And the Beckham family, you have from the wedding Victoria, David, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'm sorry I couldn't give you up close and up front pictures. I searched everywhere. They're all starting to break online now, but there's no clear pictures of them, probably because they've given a magazine an exclusive. So hopefully tomorrow or the next day we'll find out who that exclusive was given to. So talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Leave me a comment, dear.